Welcome to all the students. In this lecture we are going to see how to solve a problem given a complex DFA, how to convert it into minimized DFA. Okay, now before we start, the very first thing you need to ask yourself is, okay, what is n? Okay, what is the value of n? N is number of states. Okay, so n over here, the number of states are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So number of state total is 8. So the table that we are going to draw, okay, will be of 7 by 7. Okay, now column numbering, okay, as we have already seen in the procedure, column numbering will start with the first alphabetically or chronologically, whichever is the first state. Okay, numbering will start from that state and it will exclude the last state. So the column numbering will start with A, then B, then C, then D, E, F and G, and it will exclude H, which is the last state. Row numbering, okay, row numbering will exclude the first state A and start with the second state including the last state. So row numbering will be from B, C, D, E, F, G and H also will be included. And which cells will be eliminated? The duplicate cell. For example, A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E. These cells will be eliminated. Okay. So the table that we are going to draw will look like this, right? So as I have already said, the columns will be numbered from the first state, that is A. Columns will be numbered from the first state, that is A. So this will be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Last state H will be excluded in the column. So these are the columns. Whereas the row numbering will exclude the first state, that is A, and it will start numbering from the second state, which is B, then C, then D, E, F, G and then H. Okay, now you see this states here, this cells here, this cell here. This cell is, you read it as row comma column. So it is B comma B. Okay, so as I have told you, it's a duplicate state, B comma B cell, so it will be excluded. That's why I am not drawn this cell. Similarly, if you see this cell here, it is C comma C, again a duplicate cell, so I have not drawn that cell. Okay, so as I this is also D comma D, this is E comma E, this is F comma F, G comma G, so and H comma H is this. So all these are the duplicate cells which are already eliminated. That's why the table always will have a structure of a ladder, kind of a ladder structure. Okay, so this will be your table. Now as an initial move, what you need to do, okay, as per the base condition, the cells corresponding to a pair where one state is a final state and other is a non-final state, such cells are marked with X. Okay, so now in the diagram, okay, which cells are marked as X? All those cells where one of the state, maybe in the row or in the column, one of the state is a final state and other is a non-final state. Now when you look at this diagram here, okay, when you look at this diagram here, A, B, D, H, G, F and E, all these are non-final states, whereas only C is a final state. So all the cells, like for example A comma C, where one state is a non-final state, other is a final state. Okay, or B comma C, again where B is a non-final state, C is a final state, or D comma C, or E comma C, F comma C, G comma C, H comma C, any pair involving C, okay, such cells will be all marked with X. Okay, meaning that we have found the basic distinguishable pairs. Okay, so uh, whichever cells they have C as one element, okay, and any other state at the second element, those will be marked with X. Why? Because C is a final state and all other are non-final state. And the definition of distinguishable state says that two states are distinguishable in this case as a base condition if one state is a final state, other state is a non-final state. Okay, so now, so all those cells involving C, okay, all those cells involving C will be marked with X. For example, uh, this cell here is C comma A. Again, C is a final state, A is a non-final state, so it will be distinguishable, so you mark it with X. Similarly, C comma B, where C is a final state, B is a non-final state, so this is also distinguishable, marked with X. Now you have this column here where you have state D and state C. Okay, so D is non-final, C is final. Similarly, C comma E, C is final, E is non-final. C comma F, where C is final, F is non-final. C comma G, where C is final, G is non-final. C comma H, where C is final, H is non-final. So as a result, this is the initial marking that you get. Okay, whichever cell involving C, so this entire row and this entire column where C is involved, okay, all this will be marked with X because these are the states and these are the pairs corresponding row comma column. These are the pairs of which the state is formed, the cell is formed. These are the pairs which are initially known to be distinguishable based on the definition that if one state in the diagram is a final state, other state in the diagram is non-final state, then those two states are distinguishable. Now what we are going to do is, from this base step, whichever distinguishable pairs that we have got, we are just going to write it down. Okay, so the first pair that we obtain is A comma C. Okay, thus, so I'll write here, thus from the base step, okay, the distinguishable states are okay, the first state here is C comma A or A comma C. So the first state that we obtain is A comma C. Then the second state that we obtain is C comma B or B comma C. Okay, so second state we obtain is B comma C. So I'm continuing now. Continue. The third state that we obtain is D comma C. Okay, so I'm going to write third state, that is D comma C. D comma C. The fourth state that we obtain from here is E comma C, then F comma C, G comma C and H comma C. So EC, FC, GC, HC. So I'm going to list those states. EC, that is E comma C, F comma C, G comma C, okay, and the last one is H comma C. So these are initially all the states which are found to be distinguishable. So base step is over. Okay, so what we had done here, this is a base step. I'll just write it for the reference. This is a base step, and what we have done in base step, marking the distinguishable states. Okay, such that one state is a final state and other is non-final. Other is non-final. Okay. Okay, so this is a base step, marking the distinguishable state such that one state is final and other is non-final. So we have done this. Now in the next, I will call it as recursive step. Now what we do in the recursive step, the transitions of each state. Now you see in this diagram that is given to us, the input alphabet, that is sigma, okay, the input alphabet sigma is nothing but 0, 1. Okay, the input alphabet sigma in this particular thing is 0, 1. So now in the recursive step, we are going to see the transition of each state from A to H, first on reading the first input alphabet, that is 0, and then again we are going to see transitions of all the states on reading the second input alphabet, that is 1. Okay, so next transitions of each state, transition of each state on input 0, because 0 is the first input alphabet, is determined as follows. Okay, as follows. Now let's see the figure and let us write. Now transition first, so del star of the first state A on 0, let's see what we get. Then del star of the second state B on the reading symbol 0, let's see what we get here, what state we get here. Del star of the third state, that is that is C. Okay, C on 0 also we will see. Okay, C on 0, then we will see del star of the state D on 0, del star of state E on 0, del star of state F on 0. Now one thing I forgot to tell you, see, the state C is already a final state, so we don't find out transition, extended transition for a final state, so we will not find out extended transition function for the final state. We'll calculate del star of G on 0 and then del star of H on 0. So basically in the recursive step, what we are going to do is we are going to find out transition of each state on the first input 0 is determined. We exclude the transition where the final state C is considered, okay, because we never consider it for the final state as per the procedure. Now let's find out each. Now what is the transition of A on 0, B on 0 and so on? Okay, looking at the diagram, just see A on 0 goes to B. B on 0 goes to G, right? So A on 0 goes to B, B on 0 goes to G, we have just found out. D on 0 and E on 0, let's see. D on 0 goes to C and E on 0 goes to H, so both we will write. D on 0 goes to C. Now since C is a final state, just for me to understand, I will mark it with star. Star means C is a final state. E on 0, we just saw, it goes to H. Then we will find out F on 0 and G on 0. Notice F on 0 goes to C, G on 0 goes to itself, F on 0 goes to C. Again, since C is a final state, make it a star. G on 0 goes to G itself, and finally H on 0 goes to G. Okay, H on 0 goes to G. Now we will require, these base step distinguishable states that we have just found out, just to find out which pairs we have to consider. Okay, we already have seen a rule wherein if we know that suppose R and S are distinguishable. Okay, suppose we know that R and S are distinguishable, and we have a transition, for example del star of some P on reading some input symbol A gives you R, del star of some Q, okay, on reading A, on reading the same input A gives you S. Now since we already know that R and S are distinguishable, okay, P on reading A gives you R, Q on reading the same input A gives you S. Since R and S are distinguishable, this next rule says that P and Q are also distinguishable. So we will get another pair, distinguishable pair, that is P comma Q is also distinguishable. So in this step, what we are doing here is we are going to find out which are the other distinguishable state apart from these states, the base states that we have got, and as we get it, we are going to add it here, and we are going to also mark it in the table. Are you going to consider each of these combinations? No. So what you do is you see the right hand side. Okay, you see the right hand side of equal to, and now for example state over here, the first pair over here is A comma C. Is A present on the right hand side? No. C is present, but A is not present on the right hand side. That means whichever pair combination that has A into it, those pairs we will not consider because they will not be fruitful, right? So which simply means that since A is not involved on the right hand side, we are not going to check for this, right? Now is B involved on the right hand side? Yes, B is involved. Is C involved on the right hand side? Yes, C is involved. As a result, since both B as well as C are involved, yes, we will have this particular pair is able to give you another result. Okay, then similarly D and C, is D present here? No, D is not present here. C is present here, so that means this pair here, D comma C, is not fruitful. Again, is E present here? E is not present here, although C is present here. That's why this state, this particular pair is also not fruitful, right? This also is not fruitful. Now we see whether F comma C pair will be useful for us. Now is F present on the right hand side? No, although C is present. So that means this F comma C pair is also not fruitful. It will not help us. Okay. Now G comma C, G is also there, C is also there on the right hand side. So G comma C may give us the result. What about H comma C? H is there and C is also there, so this also pair will give us result. Okay, so all the pairs will give us result except those which are crossed. Okay, so these are the pairs which are not going to give us the result. So only 3 pairs are going to give us the result. So now how do we start? So we start with the first pair, that is B comma C. Okay, and we say, okay, B and C are known to be distinguishable, okay, B and C are known to be distinguishable. So let's see what conclusions that we get from this particular thing. Okay, now, so now we are trying to find out some more results. Okay, you see, you only consider now those transitions where B and C is involved. So here there is B and here there is C. So as you can see here, del star of A on 0 gives you B and del star of D on 0 gives you C. So I'll first write that del star of A on 0 gives you B, okay, del star of A on 0 gives you B, and del star of gives you C. So now we already know that B and this C are distinguishable. So since B and C are distinguishable, what we have got? We have got a new pair, that is A and D should be distinguishable. Therefore, a pair A comma D is also distinguishable. Okay, so A comma D is also distinguishable. So in the table, okay, wherever A comma D occurs, no, you are going to mark there. So okay, so apart from this state, now newly discovered state is A comma D. Okay, and I'll be also marking that state here, which is the state A comma D. So this is that cell which is newly found to be distinguishable. Okay, so then I continue further. So for B comma C, we have found that. Now B comma the second C, so del star of A on 0 gives you B and del star of F on 0 gives you C. So since B and C are distinguishable, I can say A and F are also distinguishable. Del star of A on 0 gives you B and del star of F on 0 gives you C. A on 0 gives you B, F on 0 gives you C. Now since B and C are known to be distinguishable, I can say that A and F is also distinguishable. So I can say here, therefore A and F is also distinguishable. Fine. So for B and C we have done this. So I have to add this A comma F to the list here. So the next distinguishable state found is A comma F. So I will be adding it here. And also in the table, wherever there is A comma F marked, wherever there is A comma F cell, I will be marking it with X. So A comma F is distinguishable, or F comma A is distinguishable. Okay. Now, so we have considered B and C. So now for B and C, these are the only combination. Why? Because we have considered this B and this C, then we have considered this B and this C. There are no more B's and C's. Okay. Now, so we have seen for the pair BC. Next pair is G comma C. Okay. So I can say here, G and C are known to be distinguishable. Okay, next is G and C are known to be distinguishable. So now let's again see G and C. So now G is occurring how many times? 1, 2 and 3 times. So whenever G and C, they are occurring multiple number of times, you should take one pivot element first. So let me consider, let's say this G with all the C's. Delta star of B on 0, okay, B on 0 is giving you G, okay, and when you consider this, delta star of D on 0 gives you C. Now since G and C is distinguishable, B and D is also distinguishable. So I'll consider this G and this C first. Okay, so I'll write the same thing. Therefore, BD is also distinguishable. Okay, so what I will do, wherever there is BD, I will mark it. Before that, BD I will be adding to this list. Okay, so B, comma D, and wherever there is B, comma D, that is this cell, I will be marking it with X. B, comma D. Okay. Further, which are the other states? So what I have done, I have considered this G and this C. Now I'll consider this G and the second C. Okay, so I'll consider this G and the second C in the list, this C. So I can easily see B on 0 gives you G, F on 0 gives you C. So since G and C are distinguishable, I can say that B and F is also distinguishable, right? So I will write the same thing here. I will say therefore B and F is also distinguishable. I'm not writing it for time. So wherever there is first you have to add B, comma F here, and the same B, comma F should be marked in the table. So wherever there is B, comma F, that is here, you need to mark it in the table. Okay, then we will proceed with the next one. So we have seen this G with this C, and now this G with this C. So now we will consider the second G, this G with this C. Okay, so I can easily say, okay, del star of G, comma 0 gives you G, and del star of D, comma 0 gives you C. So I can say that D and G is distinguishable. I'll write the same thing now. You can say D, comma G or G, comma D is also distinguishable. So wherever there is D, comma G, I should add it. I should mark it in the table and I should add it here. So I will add D, comma G here, and G, comma D happens to be this cell. This cell will be marked with X. Okay, and we have already added G, comma D. We have already added D, comma G or G, comma D to this list. So in the first comparison, we considered this G. In the first comparison, we have considered this G with this C. That's how you got G and D as a distinguishable. Next, we are going to consider this G and the second C. So as you can see, G on 0 gives you G, F on 0 gives you C. Since G and C are known to be distinguishable, I can easily say F and G is also distinguishable. So we add that point here. Okay, we say that del star of F on 0 gives you C, and del star of G on 0 gives you G. Therefore I can say that F and G is also distinguishable. So I will be adding a new pair, that is FG, to this list. Okay, FG or GF. and in the table I'll be marking f comma g. Now when I say f comma g, for this f I don't have a cell called as g. So if f comma g is not possible, we should see g comma f. So now what is g comma f? G comma f happens to be this cell here. So you mark g comma f. Fine. So we have seen for this g, we have seen combination with this c, and we have seen combination with the other c. So next consider this g with this c first, and then this g with this c second. So when you consider this g and this c, you can easily see that since c and g are distinguishable, I can say d and h is also distinguishable. So I will write the same thing here. Del star of d on 0, it gives you c, and del star of h on 0, it gives you g. And since c and g are distinguishable, I can easily say that pair d comma h is also distinguishable. So I will be adding this pair d comma h to the already existing list. D comma h will be added here, and in the table I will be marking cell d comma h. Now if you note d comma h, you will not have any more cells here. So if d comma h is not possible, you have to see h comma d. So h comma d happens to be this cell. So I will be marking h comma d with x. Now after seeing this c with this this g with this c, that's the first combination. Now you see this g and this c, second combination. So as you can see, c and g are distinguishable, so you can easily say that f and h are also distinguishable. The same thing I am going to write. So del star of f on 0 gives you c, and del star of h on 0, it gives you g. Therefore I can easily say that f and h, the pair f and h is also distinguishable. So I will be adding this fh pair to the already existing list of distinguishable states, and I will be also marking f comma h cell in the table. So f comma h is not possible. See whether h comma f is possible. Now h comma f happens to be this cell here. So f comma h is this cell. So mark it. Okay. So we have considered all combination of g's and c's. There were 3 g's and there were 2 c's. So we have seen all combinations. Okay. And there is one more combination that has to be checked, and that is your c and h. All set of states which are written in blue color. Okay. As you can see, only b comma c, g comma c and h comma c, only these 3 combinations have to be checked, because as I have already mentioned, on the right hand side of this transitions, you only have elements, that is b, g, c, h, only these elements. So only these 3 states, if you consider the pair of states, if you consider, only those will yield new result, and others like d comma c, e comma c, f comma c, they will be not fruitful, because one or both of these elements might not be present on the right hand side, so you won't be able to deduce new things. Okay. So after seeing b comma c, after seeing g comma c, what remains is the last one, h comma c. So h comma c. Now when you consider h comma c, you see that there is only one h and there are 2 c's. So first I will consider this h comma c, and then I will consider this h comma c, and there are only 2 combinations. You will get only 2 new states. So looking at the first combination, I can say Since C and H are known to be distinguishable, you can easily say that D and E is also distinguishable. Similarly, since C and H is distinguishable, from the second pair over here, you can easily make out that E and F is also distinguishable. So you will get two states here, D and E, and you will get E and F. So the same thing I'll write without wasting time. Okay. So we know that C and H are known to be distinguishable. Okay, C and H are known to be distinguishable. Therefore, I can have the first result, that is del star of D on 0 gives you C, and del star of E on 0 gives you H. And since C and H are distinguishable, I can easily say that D comma E is also distinguishable. Okay. Similarly, I have del star of E on 0 giving you H, and del star of F on 0 giving you C. Since again H and C, they are distinguishable, I can easily say that E and F is also distinguishable. So you get another pair, that is E and F. So these two newly added distinguishable pairs, I am going to add them to the set of distinguishable states, and I will also add them into the table. Okay, so let's begin. So first state that I am going to add is D comma E. Okay, and I will also mark D comma E cell. So you will have E comma D or D comma E comma D cell, that is this, will be marking. And the second newly found pair, that is E comma F, I will be adding it here, and I will be also marking it in the table, the cell E comma F. E comma if is not possible, then you check F comma E, and F comma E happens to be this cell. Okay, so this is how, in the recursive step, after the base step, in the recursive step, based on how many input symbols are there, or how many symbols are there within input. Okay, in my case here there are only two input, that is 0 and 1. So in the recursive step, first what you have seen, each state, transition of each state on input 0, and we have got these are the all the states which we have got so far. These blue colored ones are the states that we found in the base step, whereas these red color ones are the states which we have found in the current iteration where the input considered was 0. So what we have done, each state was considered with respect to 0 except the final state. C was the final state, so we did not see. And based on this combination, we found these states, these new states. I have used red color for that, and in the table, okay, in the table we mark those states. Okay, now we are next going to see the second input symbol, that is 1. So what we are going to do, we are going to now in the next transition see each state, the same state A to H except C, we are going to see each state on input 1, and in the same fashion we are going to get new states and we are going to mark them here. Okay,